Hey guys, Richard here from the School of Nomads. So in this review I want to go through a new product on Clickbank called Perpetual Income 365. Now this is by Sean Joshua, who's kind of a big player on Clickbank. He's part of their elite group and he's one of the biggest sellers on Clickbank. So I want to go through this product. I'll take you inside, I'll show you around. I want to kind of discuss a few things about this particular tactic and see if this is going to be good for you. As normal, these reviews are my opinion based on my experience as an affiliate marketer. So I advise you always to go through the sales page and the sales videos yourself and then make your own mind up. So the first thing you'll see if you come over to perpetualincome365.com is this sales video. So this is around 10 minutes long, this sales video, and it takes you through this secret Netflix algorithm. So the idea here is that a data scientist for Netflix has discovered a secret algorithm that Netflix use, and they want to exploit that and be able to share it with the masses, because a lot of big companies are using this algorithm to kind of go and make an absolute fortune off people. So the video is around 10 minutes long and it plays on your heartstrings. It tells you about, this guy has come across this secret, but they don't actually tell you what this secret is, right? So you have to enter and start finding out what the secret is. So the first thing you do is put your name and email here and you'll get to the second stage. Now the second stage is actually more of a heartstrings video where he goes through a story where he's actually a researcher or a newspaper researcher who's kind of fallen on hard times, and he comes across this Mr. X who then starts discussing this algorithm with them. So they never actually tell you in any of these videos obviously what this algorithm is, because it's supposed to be some kind of secret software process that Netflix are using to make a fortune. So anyway, the second video goes on for another 10 minutes and eventually you get in, and it's going to cost you $9 on the front end to get in, but please be aware there is a $47 recurring income model to this, which is actually where they're saying you're going to make your money once you get inside. So let's jump over and get inside and I'll kind of show you around and I'll explain actually what this Netflix algorithm really is. So we jumped inside the members area. Now you'll see a number of things here: the welcome, the step-by-step guide, integrations with various things like Clickbank and GetResponse. They use GetResponse on here as the autoresponder they use. There's some money pages here, so there's various squeeze pages they've got here for you. And these are the upgrades. Now these upgrades are very expensive. This 5-click profit upgrade is around $200, and then you've got an email upgrade here is around $250. And again, this income streams upgrade is another $200. So they're mainly additional traffic, and one of them is basically an email series you can send out. So you would come across and you would look at this video here to start with. So Sean takes you through the whole process. And basically what this model is by sending traffic to a squeeze page, they enter this process by paying a very small fee up front, which is $9, and then they pay a reoccurring $47 a time. So the idea of it being this Netflix algorithm is really around the fact that Netflix at the front end is very cheap to join, and they obviously rely a lot on you being a member for a long time. So that's really what they're saying is the Netflix algorithm. There is nothing more than that, apart from the fact that they're saying they add new content to this site and Netflix add new content. That's pretty much is reaching pretty far to say this is a Netflix secret algorithm that's being used, right? Because that's just a membership, that's called a membership model. But anyway, so he goes through the process, and what you're doing is you're making a very small commission on the front end, and then you're making 50% of everybody that you bring into this process on the ongoing membership. So you're relying on a lot of people actually staying members for a long time. So you would make, for instance, $4.50 on the front end, and then every month you'd be making $23 off somebody who carried on having memberships. So this system is very clever, right? From Sean's point of view, this system is an absolute winner, because obviously he's just put this site together, and he's got lots and lots of people now who are going to join and sell those memberships for him. So he's only going to get $23 for everybody who has a recurring income, but he's got thousands of people that are going to go ahead and get the traffic to him to actually sell these memberships. So it's a very clever kind of process. Obviously he's going to make an absolute fortune of this, and I've been on Clickbank and I can see that at the moment the gravity is around 90. So that means that over the last 12 weeks at least 90 affiliates have actually sold this program for him. So he's making a fortune, right? He's doing really well. Now, the traffic source is the biggest question mark on this. This relies on solo ads. Now, solo ads are very, very dangerous for newbies to get into. So what they're doing here is they're teaching you where to go and get solo ads. So Udemy is one of the biggest places that you can go and get solo ads, and there's lots of vendors on there who will actually sell you lists of people for a certain cost per click. So solo ads, you go and pay, say, $1,000, and they'll guarantee you a certain amount of clicks for $1,000. Let's say 1,000 clicks, and then you have people that will come along to whatever squeeze page that you actually set up, and they will opt in. That's the way that solo ads are supposed to work. But there's a lot of problems with solo ads. So let me jump over to a funnel. I'm going to show you exactly how this all works, right? So let me just explain what's happening with this secret Netflix algorithm, okay? What's actually happening is you are buying solo ads to send over to an opt-in page. This is the money page that they're actually talking about. It's actually an opt-in page. And you're sending them over to the opt-in page, who will then get presented with a sales video and also go on to an email list. This is why you have the integration with GetResponse. So this is your GetResponse email list. Now that GetResponse email list will then be loaded with emails that you then send to people to actually get them to purchase the product. So they'll purchase the product in one of two ways. Either they'll opt in and come straight to the sales video, and then they'll purchase the product, or they'll opt in and they'll start getting some emails and then potentially purchase the product. That's the theory. The problem comes when you start spending a lot of money on solo ads and you're not getting the opt-in rates that you want. So on the front end, you tend to lose a lot of money on solo ads. So you pay, say, $1,000 for solo ads here. They'll send you over to the actual opt-in page, and only, say, 50% of them will opt in. So only 500 of those people have opted in. Only a very, very small amount of them will actually purchase. So you could end up only having 1, 2 or 3 sales on the actual front end that purchase. And then the idea is that the others will go into this email sequence, and then potentially a few of them will purchase. What you tend to get with solo ads is that there's a lot of people will end up opting in to the sales page, for instance, and then not purchase. And the purchase levels will be very, very small. So the $9 upfront purchases will be very small on this. And then you get a lot of people on your list that theoretically you can send emails to. But when you buy solo ads, notoriously those people are unresponsive. They may have give you an email that's not actually their email, because a lot of people will join these things to have a look at what it's all about, but not actually give you a real email. So once you start emailing them, you're not actually going to get any response of them. So solo ads in itself are very, very difficult to actually make money from unless you're an expert at email marketing. And also you want to be very, very confident that the person you're buying the solo ads off actually understands the type of traffic you want for the type of offer you want. So for a beginner, these are very, very difficult to make work. And from my perspective, I definitely would not advise you, if you're a beginner, to get into any of these tactics that actually rely on solo ads to make them work. Now, the only way you would really make this work is if you really understood how to optimize your email series to get those additional sales that then may be able to minimize your losses on the front end, because what you're going to end up doing here is spending an absolute fortune and losing a lot of money on the front end and not gaining it on the back end with those memberships. Like, they're trying to sell you that you are actually going to make a lot of money on the back end by them retaining those members for a long time and you getting those ongoing commissions. And that's very, very doubtful whether that's going to happen. So you've got to think, when you're ever purchasing solo ads, look at it from your own perspective. When you get emails on a regular basis from lots and lots of different people, when you actually go and click on links in those emails, one, do you opt in every time you end up clicking on a link? And two, when you do opt in, are you always using your right email, your actual accurate email? And if the answer is no, which it more than likely is, then this is what you're going to get when you start purchasing lots and lots of solo ads. So theoretically, if you're an expert on emails and you understand how emails operate, and you can tweak opt-in pages and sign-up pages, and you can tweak sales videos, then you could make solo ads work. But for a beginner, which most people are when they come to a product like this, they'll be a beginner, you're going to lose an absolute fortune if you go down this road and you start buying solo ads. And I can tell you that from personal experience, because I had 1,000 people on a list once that was all solo ads traffic. And when I used to send out emails to them, I got little to zero response of those emails, because most of them with just really, really bad traffic and bad opt-ins. So there's a big warning sign here on this particular product. So a couple of other things about solo ads, right? They can be very expensive, as I've told you, that you can spend $1,000 and have very little people actually end up purchasing a product. And once they opt in, maybe even 50% of them could opt in, but you'll end up having very, very bad emails or people that are just not going to respond to your emails. You have no relationship with those people, so you haven't built up that list by having any kind of relationship with people, any kind of ongoing emails back and forth. You've got no knowledge about that list and what actually they like. So that's a very poor way to have a list in any kind of marketing. And you can have a lot of unreliable vendors. So Udemy itself is a marketplace full of vendors that have all different types of traffic, and it's very difficult to find vendors that actually are reliable. And also, if you go on Facebook, there's some pretty big groups on there that have solo ad vendors in them, and when you look at their reviews, they've actually kind of sifted through a lot of the negative reviews and only give you positive reviews in there. But the reviews are always the same. They'll always say that the number of opt-ins is quite high, but the sales are always very, very low, and they're inferring that once people are on your list, they're going to purchase other things off you. And unfortunately, that's just not true. That's a very, very hard thing to do once people actually come on your list, to then market to them to get them to purchase. Now, the only people who are actually going to make money off this are going to be the product creators themselves, right? Because what they've managed to do is they now have a bunch of people who are going to be buying solo ads to come over to their own product to become members of that product. So this thing is kind of one big circle. The new members will buy solo ads to opt into the page to go over to the sales video to sell that product, and that product is selling the process that will then make other new members go in and buy solo ads and opt in. So the whole thing is one big circle. So it's very ingenious by the folks that make it. They've just managed to, with their secret algorithm from Netflix, they've just managed to put a nice opt-in page together with a sales video that's selling this product so that other folks can come and use it and do the same thing. But unfortunately, the only people who are actually going to make money out of this in the long run are going to be those folks that actually own this system. So just jump back over the members area. So again, if you're a newbie, I would steer clear of this. I wouldn't go anywhere near this. I think this is very dangerous for you. You're going to end up spending a lot of money on solo ads, and you're going to end up losing a lot of money. If you're more of an experienced marketer, everything here you would have already have in your funnel. So this is just a funnel that's been created for newbies to come in and have something that they can work with straight away. So I would steer clear of this, because this isn't going to be a real long-term business that you can sustain online. So thanks for watching this review, guys. Listen, I know I talked a lot about solo ads, but I do think it's something that if you're new to marketing, you really need to avoid. So guys, if you want to learn how to build a real business online using a super beginner-friendly method, please go ahead and hit the link in the description below. I'm going to take you through a product called the Simple Traffic Blueprint, where we teach you the whole process step by step. This has been Richard Darby. This is the School of Nomads. If you found this video useful, please give us a thumbs up. If you've got any experience with this product, I'd love to hear it below. So go ahead and leave me a comment. And if you'd like to hear more reviews like this, go ahead and hit that subscribe and notification bell. Until next time, take care.